What inspired you both to do Dobara, which is a remake of a Spanish film?
The script?
It's a skill.
Because when we got it, it was not made as yet. The film was not there. We just had a script because Sunil had bought the rights to the script. So I was given the script to read. I like the script like any other film that I get offered. It's a script. I didn't see the film and I said yes to it.
The film was not made then.
Yeah.
So our interpretation from the script is massively different from the film because we had the script and not the film. So.
1+ billion people in India. If we tell stories, I think we can flood the world. Why do we see a trend of stories being taken from outside and remade here? I can understand.
No, because India cannot deal with its own reality. The problem with India is, unlike say Australia or any other country, the government lets adults and people choose and decide for themselves. In India, they decide for people. They think Indian people need to be told what to do. It's one half the country is uneducated, and the second is India is extremely uncomfortable with their own stories. They only want to put on. It's like there's a very big pressure on putting on positive stories, a social message, how great we are, how united we are, how happy we are. The fact is very different. So if you put any factual stories out of India, you can't do it. So you have to just borrow random mainstream cinema from outside and create an aspirational sense of heroism, which is beyond anything realistic.
For how long do you think we're going to
Forever. We can't be a realistic country till we have education. It's the most, I think, one of the worst on the education scale, the whole country.
It is sad, but that's how it is.
It is absolutely sad.
No wonder that you do a lot of collaborations overseas and just sort of रास्ता निकालते हो आप अपनी बात.
कुछ नहीं कर सकते.
Okay, with your performance in, like I did mention earlier, in Pink and Tappad, mind-blowing. Certain things are locked into your memory, and I think, I know there's a big team, but somehow the actor, the face, gets undue advantage to be, creating that memorable moment. How did you get into, how do you normally get into the role that it is very different and people think it's just the character, not you?
See, as you rightly said, we do get more attention and credit than what we actually deserve in a film because we are the face in front of the camera. But if you actually look at it, we are actually a tool in the hands of the filmmaker, and how he or she ends up using it is the expertise of that filmmaker. There's a reason why cinema is called the director's medium. It is a director's medium. So if you have to answer your question, I feel I'm very raw in terms of my expertise or talent because I'm not very trained. So I really depend upon my directors. So all the films that you mentioned, however I perform, is because I would surrender in the hands of the director and let him mold me the way he would want without coming with a very stiff preparation for a certain role. So I let the director speak his language through me. Is why they are different directors. So hence you see me doing different characters.
She's a medium, and I invoke the spirits through the medium.
Yeah, suddenly it sounds like exorcism, but it's okay.
Talking about, I read somewhere that you had fights, and next moment you're okay. Does that not, I know a lot of people who get into a bad mode in fighting, and it takes days for them to calm down. But I believe you switch like this and come back to normal. That's
because we are beyond the sibling stage, we have gone beyond that stage where we pull each other's hair and pull each other's cheek, and we're like full.
So the fights are not to offend the other. The fights are to push each other to get to something better, and hence they are not like those cold wars that you take back home. And because we know that we mean a lot to each other more than these trivial fights, we kind of value the human being beyond the fight. So I guess that's why we grow out of that fight very quick.
End result is always better.
Of course, I feel so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I think both of you, what is your definition of feminism?
he gives a better definition than me, trust me.
Definition of
Hold
feminism.
the.
He's even a stronger feminist than I am, I feel.
Women and men should be always be equal. Gender तो exist ही नहीं करना चाहिए ना, लोग होने चाहिए, आदमी औरत नहीं होने चाहिए, लोग होने चाहिए। और बस बाकी सब खत्म है, जिसको जो करना है जिंदगी अपने हिसाब से जिए, अपनी चॉइसेस से जिए। What I do not understand, my whole problem with this entire world is the sense of honor associated with a vagina. Why?
Sure.
Why should it be like with the? Why is it that? And we don't need to be so overprotective or anything like that. If the world becomes equal, then we don't need to just posture as the knight in shining armor. That whole idea that has been propagated for years, I think needs to go.
One question, both of you. So far, in a very short span, the most memorable so far role or character you could always say, wow, man, I'm so lucky to have.
You should never ask a mother the favorite kid.
Yeah. Very
Never
difficult.
do that.
But wait a minute.
No.
Never do that.
For me, if you ask me what's my favorite film, no. Okay, I always say next.
Yeah, that's
That's a
a
good
typical PR answer.
That's
to say
how.
next.
That's how we keep going on.
One word for describing Melbourne.
I love Melbourne. The weather is beautiful. I love Chinatown, and I want to go and see movies.
It's our first time in Melbourne. I've been fascinated by Australia in general.
The most amazing thing about Melbourne, the greatest master chefs in the world live in Melbourne. Best restaurants are in Melbourne. I have a whole
go
list
and
of.
eat a lot.
I have a whole list of master chef restaurants.
Yeah, so he's
the
looking
best
forward
restaurant
to
in
watching
this
films.
place.
I'm looking forward to eating some really good
I
food
love
here.
it. I want to eat. I want to watch movies. I want to walk around. That's all I want to do in Melbourne. And I have a lot of good shiraz,
Good.
local wine.
You should go to the vineyards here actually.
I know,
That's
I'm
not
going to
very
do
far. Just on a personal thing, being a Punjaban, how can you maintain such
Sardarni.
I'm
The
saying
full Sardarni.
Full
आप ऐसे
Sardarni.
please, आप इसको बोले Sikh. Sikh
Being a
town. She's never been to
Yeah.
Sikh town here.
Being
She
a
used to go to
Sikh
Sikh town.
There was one Gurdwara here about 35 years ago. If 100 people get together, they would say, wow, man, that's the maza aa gaya. I've been here 35 years now. So now we have 8, and on a big day like any Gurpurab, we do about 25,000 people in each
You know, they have
Gurdwara.
amazing bhandara here.
Langar, हाँ.
लंगर मतलब खतरनाक होता है लंगर आगे
I'm
खाओ
sure.
और मैं खाया हूँ last time.
I'm
So
sure.
nice.
We have to go to Sikh town.
Yeah.
You feel like you're home.
Unfortunately, Melbourne में कोई ऐसा China town, India town नहीं है.
Sikh town है.
He
मैं गया
insists.
हूँ. मैं गया हूँ.
He insists.
That's nice.